What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig. We're going to be taking a look at the charts. First off, we're going to take a look at the Wall Street cheat sheet. And then we're going to take a quick look at the Dow. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin in the short term and obviously in the long term. We're also going to take a look at, said in the last video to let me know what you guys wanted to see on the bottom, and a lot of people put Solana. So we're going to put that in today's video also, along with Tesla. And of course, I'll show you an XRP chart too. But definitely stick around for the whole video. Make sure you guys take a second out, smash that thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see, what chart you would like to look at in the next video, and let's get into it. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get into it. So a lot of people talk about the bears as being doom and gloom, when actually in all reality, when the markets crash is huge opportunity, right? Buying at the tops during the thrill and euphoria is extremely dangerous because that can disappear quickly. All the profits gone. And what happens at the top of markets, right? The powers that be, the people in control, the people with the money, the people that are moving the markets, controlling the news narrative and all that, get people to believe the narrative that they want them to believe, not necessarily the true narrative. But then what happens is they start taking all the money out of the markets. They get control, and then they can buy it back a lot lower, while they still hold a lot of the profits they kept from the top. So let's take a look at what's going on right now. I do believe we're going to have a Great Depression style crash. What's going to cause that, people ask. The election really doesn't make a difference. No matter what happens, I believe this is inevitable. I do believe in charts. I do believe in cycles. I do believe this is a 100-year cycle coming to an abrupt end soon. Not to say we can't get a little bit higher. Nevertheless, when you're looking for targets down to this range, that means people that bought in the last 10 years are going to be in trouble, right? Could I be wrong? Absolutely. This is not financial advice, but I am wanting to get this warning out for people to at least look at this as a possibility, because I believe it's a high probability, but that's just my belief. So anyways, what happened over here, right? How long did this run up last, right? This big, huge run up lasted from 1921 when it bottomed all the way to 1929, so 8 years. This one has went on longer, right? From 09. So this would have been 10 years right here. Some people say that was this whole thing. I don't believe that to be true. I believe a lot more downside is coming, and it's not going to be pretty. I just see this happening again because it's a cycle, right? It's called a reset. People talk about the Great Reset, taking the money back. Unfortunately, we have people that are in control of this with a whole lot of money, and they can make you believe whatever they want by watching the news, whatever. But I've said it a million times in the past. If you're watching the news and doing what they're telling you where to put your money so they can take it. That's my belief. But anyways, let's get into it. If you guys are interested in trading, before we get into the Bitcoin charts, check out PrimeXBT. I have a link down below. You can click that link. I'll also leave a tutorial up top you can check out. But by using my link, you can choose from a 20% deposit bonus up to $7,000 and 25% off of your trading fees. So you could trade traditionals, crypto, Forex, gold, silver, whatever, all of it, all from one exchange. Instead of having to move money around to different exchanges to do different things, you can do it all from one exchange. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. And let's take a look at this. This is a 4-hour chart, right? Back here in May, we talked about this being the short zone. I had it lined out for you. I haven't moved this. You can go back in my May videos and you'll find it. But we've hit that 3 times. You had 3 chances to short here. The only way that I even get remotely bullish that thinking we might get a new all-time high is obviously if we get above this short zone. I think it's unlikely, but anything's possible, right? So you make up your own mind. But if we get back up to this area again, I'll probably be adding more shorts. So anyways, as of right now, we've been talking about from this high to this low, right? Here's our retracement levels. I have them all marked out. We got a nice rejection at the golden pocket here. If we can, now we're back below the 0.5. So our next fib again is 57,054. If we break that, I'll be looking for 53,988 and then continue on down. As you guys know, I'm looking at this as a big 1, 2, and then we had another 1, 2, right? That being in yellow. So this being a third wave down in white, right? Here's the yellow 5 waves within that. I think we're going to come down to that 43 to 40,000. Come back up to approximately $50,000 range, somewhere in there, and then continue down to our, $25 to $30,000 range, and get another bounce, and then a huge wave 5 down. That is what I'm looking for. If anything changes, I'll let you know on my thoughts. But so far, this seems to be playing out. We spent a lot of time in here. Everybody thinks it's going to the moon every time we get a move up. That's usually how they take your money, right? They let it move up. They cash out some, and then they push it down. They let it move up some more, because if they dumped it all, what would happen? The market would go straight down, right? They want to keep getting as much as they can, out of what Bitcoin they have before, the big, big drop. And then, of course, they'll accumulate again at the bottom. And as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, I believe the bottom is going to be between 3,700 and 35 and 9,700, somewhere in that range, if this plays out like I believe it will. Also, this is just another Wall Street cheat sheet looking deal, right? We've seen this in the Amazon.com bubble. It's the same moves. Something I want to point out. If you look at your high here, right? Your high here. Once this came down, right? It broke the first low here. Just like it did here. They're not exact, right? They're not going to be exact. But the levels are what you want to look at. And if you look at the low, it did not get down to this low. Just like over here. Then we made our third high. Just like here, right? And then we came back down to below this level here. This level here is right around 43. So if it does happen like that again, we're looking for that 3,700. Now again, I do see some support around 9,700 range, right in this high volume node area right here. But this could be what we're looking at. And something I want to point out, something I said way back here also, right? Once we go below 60, which we're below 60, wish you would have sold at 70, right? Then once we get below the 50 again and hold below 50, you're going to wish you would have sold at 60. 40, then you'll wish you sold at 50. 30, then you'll wish you sold at 40. That's just how markets work. And as you can see here, they kept letting it go up, and they would dump, let it go up, so they didn't have to sell more this low, let it go back up, and then they sell. And if we look at what's going on right now, let's go back to this chart here. I'm going to go into the, let's pick the 2-day and look at the EMAs here. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the EMAs. Let's hide this. Let's hide those for a minute. So if we look at the EMAs, we've had a sell signal here on the 2-day, right? We had one over here too, which bounced back up. Could that happen again? Possibly. But usually what happens, if we look at some back here, right? Here was a 2-day sell, came back up and went back above, just like we did over there. And then you had your next 2-day sell, and we had a long way to go. We're looking a lot like that area right now, right? Just like right back here, we came back, got a bounce off the 200 EMA, came back up to retest 55, back down. Same thing here, we just got our bounce, come back up, test 55, come back down, is what I believe is happening here. Let's look at the 1-day. We had a 1-day sell signal. I showed you guys that in 2 weeks ago, I believe it was. But right here, we had all our EMAs, our 8, 13, and 21 EMA crossed the 55 here. Next candle to open close after it was a short signal. Boom, you got it. Right now, we are still below the 55 EMA. If we look at the daily here, right, we had our sell signal right here, came down, If we get back above the 55 and hold, then, you know, we could be looking to retap that short range again or go to new all-time highs, whichever you want to believe. But you can see this is a pretty, see how much the EMAs are spreading out here like they were here. Over here, when it bounced back, it didn't spread out much at all. Let's look at back here. Here was our sell signal back here. You got our bounce just like we got just now. It came up and never really held any huge amount of time over the 55 EMA, right, before coming back down. But you can see once he spread out nicely, as long as it don't get back above that 55, it's usually a pretty harsh downfall. And I think that's where we're at right now. So keep an eye on that if you are trading. Where's that? Let's look at Solana. So here's Solana, right? A lot of people are going to call this a bull flag. If it's a bull flag, then you would be looking for a break of the top of the bull flag up here, which would be somewhere around 185. If you get that, your target's going to be about 268. So on the downside, your target's about 99 to 100. If that breaks, you're looking at about 11 bucks. This is a very old chart, right? Back here, I gave you this target and everybody laughed about it. It actually went lower than I had it. It was at 19 bucks. It actually went down to 7 bucks. And I gave you that way back here in 22 when nobody was saying, everybody was saying this thing was going to $5 million or whatever they were saying. They're always calling out crazy ass numbers. But either way, you guys know what happens to overhyped alts, right? And all of them are overhyped. All of them are the best thing since sliced bread for a year or two, you know, and then when they rally, then they're the best thing again, but they usually don't rally as high as they did the prior time. Now, that's what I'm looking at. I'm saying Solana down to possibly 10, 20 bucks in this crash that I believe is coming, right? Unless we break this 185 range. Tesla hit we had this rising channel here. We hit it perfectly, right? We called this way over here before this trend line broke back in 22. I gave you these targets, 151, 106, and 43, right? And we got our bounce off the 106. We came back down, tested that 151 a second time, got a bounce off it. But as you guys know, I'm a buyer of Tesla between 40 and 50 bucks. I still remain looking for them ranges. That is the measured move of this break right here, right? We came back up, retested the line. This thing is coming down with everything else. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I believe that we are gonna see a huge market crash. There's a lot of signs showing. Look at the housing market right now, right? Just a few months ago, in my area, houses, there's very few on the market. They were priced really high. I had a friend looking for a house at the time, and they would go to look at the house they wanted and bid on it, and someone would overbid, way overbid, right? That was just a few months ago. Now houses are all dropping their prices. There's a lot more on the market. I mean, that's just one piece of the puzzle, guys. There's a lot of crap going on. There's a lot of laying off going on. Just be careful out there, guys. Try to stay away from the news. Try to look at around you. Talk to friends around you, not friends that are watching the news, but friends that are actually own businesses. They can tell you how their businesses are doing, things like that. That'll give you a real look at the economy, not the stuff fed to the sheep, right? So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let's take a look at XRP real quick. You guys know my targets on XRP. Looking at 24 cents to 26 cents for XRP. Everybody used to call me crazy when I was calling the top over here. But as you can see, same thing. Everything's falling into the same cycle, guys. Just be careful out there. I love you guys. Take it easy. Smash the likes. Let me know what coin or what chart you would like to see in the next video, and whatever one gets the most asks, other than these spammer garbage coin people that spam a bunch of things. I just end up blocking that word and that, you know, getting rid of it. But anyways, some of you know what I'm talking about, some of you won't. Either way, hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will catch you in the next one. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.